This is Omnibus Fridays, episode 21, I believe. We're almost done already, which is kind of crazy because I feel like we just started the series. But let's actually see when I started, because it's one of those things where I don't really take not into effect, but I don't fully realize just how quickly it is. I don't know. Oh wait, episode 19. Where's episode 20? So this is episode 21, okay. Whoops. I accidentally hit the video. I just want to go back and see. Should also, really... So four months ago, I started this series. Specifically, that was in August. Alright, so anyways, I'm gonna put this down. This is my, I have one of those, I keep saying, that's the worst thing about my channel. I always say, Yeah, it's because I almost had the words right away, but that's one thing that it's just not, and I'm not going to change it either. I had to go this far over because the sun's, right in my eyes. So, when I film the usual place that I film, because it's on my bed. And as I was saying, that thing is one of those, it's like a seat it's a seat pillow. So when you're reading, it's a lot more comfortable. But it is. I've had it for a long time, so it's starting to not fall apart. But I have the handle is broken completely off, but that's fine because it's pretty easy to carry regardless. Like, you don't have to, the handle is kind of almost redundant. The only reason why you would ever need the handle is if you were bringing it upstairs or downstairs or whatever, and I don't bring it that far. But anyways, today's is the Wolverine Goes to Hell Omnibus by Jason Aaron. Otherwise known, and I didn't know this until after that I bought it, it's also known as Wolverine by Jason Aaron, Volume 2. Now, to be fair, I wouldn't say, you should definitely get the Volume 1 to start with. You shouldn't start with this one. But if you get this one, like I did, you get it at a good price. This one I got for free, because it was along with Carnage and Punisher, it was a buy two, get one free. That was one of the best shopping days ever. And it was the first 3 omnibuses they ever owned. It's the first, I would say it's the first of 3 omnibuses they ever owned. This one I've read a little bit of, along with Punisher and Carnage, which is kind of ironic because none of these omnibuses I finished, by the way. The only one I finished technically is the Bitterroot omnibus. It will be doing a video on that. That'll probably be the series finale, honestly. Well, as of now, anyways. But even that one, I haven't read it. I read it in the soft covers. Like, the soft covers I got in my local library, interloaned. And then, after I liked it so much, I bought the omnibus myself. But anyways, this one collects, you'll see what it looks like in a dust jacket. How it looks in a dust jacket. And it was pretty good. Like, it was one of those books where I was kind of, when I found out there was in Volume 1, I almost didn't want to read this one. Because it was, incomplete, I don't have Volume 1, so... Okay, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, what would be the point? Next sale they have for Wolverine, I should really make an effort to do that, to get the Volumes 1 and 2 on the Kindle. And they have the complete collections. The complete collections, I believe I only need Volumes 1 and 2. Have everything. So this was Astonishing Spider-Man and Wolverine 1 through 6, which it collects. Wolverine 1 through 20, 5.1 and 300 to 304. X-Men Schism 1 through 5, and Wolverine the Road to Hell issue 1. Very small print, so it's kind of hard to see. It's all written by Jason Aaron. Bunch of different artists. I'll do this little thing here as best I can. This is as best I can hold it. It's the omnibus. It's pretty hard to... even a thinner omnibus like this, it's 800 pages? It is still hard to carry. Yeah, I know I should be doing overhead shots, but... I had no real excuse not to do that, honestly. Now, Astonishing Spider-Man and Wolverine, I have read. I had the trade. I had a hardcover a long time ago. I did end up giving it away. That's the library guy that he and I exchanged comics. I think it was the first time I gave him books, because he had surprised me. Just out of the blue one day, he said it was, ironically enough, I remember exactly not the exact date. No, I actually do. It was May 27th, my birthday. I was 21. He did not know it was my birthday. It was just a huge ass coincidence. And he called me, and out of the blue, he said, "Hey, I got this book at the yard sale that I guess he didn't want it anymore, or maybe he had the omnibus. That's usually what he does, and I do too. Or he gets the complete collection with new printing. And he said, I have this book for you. You want it?" And I said, "Yeah." And then next time I went in, I got it, and then I exchanged, and I repaid the favor, because that was the year I got all those omnibuses from cheap graphic novels. I had, like, for example, I had Astonishing Spider-Man and Wolverine, which I took forever to give away. I don't know why I never. I think it was actually after that point, but it was one of the first times, at least. The first time I gave, like, Untold Tales of Spider-Man. I had the first volume of that series, so I gave him that. I don't know, the first volume of Carnage I had, gave him that. But yeah, when I got all those omnibuses, I didn't need those anymore, so that's what I do. I don't think I'd ever give him something that I would either want back or that I would regret giving him. Oh, but he could have kept that. The closest that will ever happen is when I give him the Batman, so that's what I'm doing this time. I give him Batman Reptilian, the first 3 issues that I had, and then the first issue of Preacher. Because technically I don't have those anywhere else. It's because those ones I have at the library, and I'm like, who cares? That's how I sell my books. They have, like, say they had this at the library, I would give away my copy of Astonishing Spider-Man and Wolverine, because they had this in here at the local library, and I might as well get it. And again, when I say local library, I mean Interloans. And actually, Preacher Volume Book 1 they have, which collects the first 12 issues. That the complete collections, they have that. I mean, local library, like the actual local library. So we did it under Dust Jacket. So this one I had read. Astonishing Spider-Man and Wolverine was pretty damn good, and I read the first 3 or so issues of the ongoing. I like that, and it's definitely Jason Aaron is one of my. I would say one of my favorites. He hasn't written anything I've absolutely despised yet. He's written a few things that I haven't liked as much as other things he's written, but nothing like, except for Scalped in his Thor run. Those are the best of the best, but everything else is kind of like good enough to alright. Again, the only thing I can think of that I didn't like that much was his Avengers run, but even that I keep getting, like, every so often I'll be tempted to check it out again. But they only have the first 2 volumes Interloan library, so maybe that's changed, because it's been a while since I checked that out. So maybe I'll check it out again pretty soon here, but I already checked out enough for the next time I'll be going. Speaking of which, a little update for that. When I said, I'm taking a break from the library for about a month, I'm not going to. The biggest reason is that I'm going to try and, like, get more serious. I'm get more serious. I've always been serious about it, but I'm going to try and, like I have a sinking feeling that I'm getting a job pretty soon, like within the next few months, like late February at the latest. So I'd rather, when I get the job, I'd rather not be on so many books in my local library. Put some of those aside if I can, and then just get the ones I have to get, like the next volume in the series or whatever. And then I'll focus on the books that I own, so I can go at any speed I wish to. I can go at slower speed because I need to work or whatever. But that, as I say, is that Wolverine by Jason Aaron, Volume 2, otherwise known as Wolverine Goes to Hell Omnibus. And here's the little last names that I know Aaron Kubert, or what Kubert is it? There's 2 Kuberts, isn't there? Because there's the Kubert that did the Adam Kubert. There's the Kubert that did the artwork for Wolverine Origin. Ironically enough, another Wolverine book. That was good. That was a good one too. There's no omnibus for that though. There's the deluxe edition. I would recommend getting, because it has all 2 of them, both the Wolverine Origins. Well, actually, they're not. There's an ongoing too. That's right too. Okay, so 9 minutes. Okay, that, as I say, is that. I'll make it 10 minutes and just prattle on a little bit afterwards. So I think we only have a few more. I think they'll all be Marvel books too. I know I can't remember if I ever did Spider-Man Tangled Web. I feel like I did, and I also feel like I didn't. So I can't remember off the top of my head. But I would still kind of recommend getting that one. If you don't care too much about like them saying like, oh, this happened here, this happened there. I was at least throughout the Astonishing Spider-Man and Wolverine, I wasn't that confused. I would recommend reading the original Wolverine and Spider-Man crossover, which I do have. It was a Wolverine versus the Marvel Universe complete collection that I still own. I get back on that one. I had a lot of good stories in it. I had a lot of good crossovers in it, and none of them were like. A lot of them were just like the one shots. Like one was a Wolverine Spider-Man one shot. One was technically a one shot. That was the whole issue I read before of the Peter David run I really liked. And then you have the 5-issue miniseries of Wolverine versus the Marvel Universe. I really enjoyed. And there's a bunch of other stuff too, but a good chunk of it. Cause already that Spider-Man and Wolverine was like 64 pages, and the complete collection itself is pretty thin. It's like about only like a little over 300 pages. But anyways, that's it. Yeah, it's always funny to me because I thought it was only 10 minutes to 11 minutes. It's always funny to me that how fast time seems to fly with filming. It's just a minute, obviously, but still. Okay, that's it.